When we are living from the heart instead of the mind, then we are living with that deeper attitude of letting go. And it promotes, of course, compassion, empathy for other people. But the main thing is that it helps us to dissolve our own resistance to letting go of the more superficial and entering into the deeper self with a capital S. So the importance of all of this, is not in the understanding of the texts. It's shifting the attention from the head to the heart, basically. So if we can live with that attitude, then we are doing something similar to what Arjuna did on the battlefield in the Bhagavad Gita. Gita is conversation between Arjuna's individual lower self, if you wish, and his higher self, which is symbolized by his charioteer, Krishna. So basically, Arjuna falls down. He's on the battlefield. He's in a situation where he has to go to war against some of the people he grew up with, cousins, etc. And the conversation that he has with his deeper self in the form of Krishna is, I can't do this, I'm falling down, I don't have the strength to do this, I can't do it, I won't do it. And basically through a lengthy guiding interchange, Arjuna realizes, if I surrender, let go into my higher self, my deeper awareness, on that level, I am free from the fear that I feel. I am free from the anger. I can just move through whatever is meeting me on this battlefield. I will be moving forward in a surrendered state. Of course, nobody likes that feeling of having to be on a battlefield like that. But, in a way, all of us are on a battlefield every day, whether we like it or not. Not as dramatic as that, usually, fortunately, but that poem, is written for the sake of really bringing out the difference between living with an attitude of selfless service and living with an attitude of wanting to fulfill what you think you have to be. So, this is significant. It's also very subtle. And I know in my own case, when I first came to Rudy's and we did a lot of seva there, we did selfless service to give back to what we received through the contact with him. And, I had a lot of resistance, and I quickly understood the main purpose of doing this is to cultivate an inner attitude of compassion, non-attachment, love. And I was very aware. We were rolling paint on the wall, helping with some projects in the ashram there and so on. And it was such a thrill. I felt so liberated by moving into my life with an attitude of love and compassion and letting go. It was unbelievable. And it wasn't that Rudy needed that. I needed it. He provided the opportunity by having this situation around him where we could do stuff like that. And there was a lot of humor. There was a lot of love in it among the people who were participating in it. And I learned an awful lot from it. It was really very sweet. So even though, that might sound very strange to you, some of you it doesn't because you've been doing it for years yourself, but it might sound strange from the mind. Why would you want to accept life as it is, but to relate to it from a deeper place in yourself? Why would you want to do that? Well, that's what the Bhagavad Gita really goes in depth into. And but that's also just a story. You have to experiment with it yourself to discover, what does that mean for me?